Hello grade 7s, this is the second part of the video. We're just continuing with the homework solutions. So the first page had a question labeled question 2, and the second page, which is starting on a revision exercise, is actually starting on a question 1. So this is the second video, but it starts on question 1. So I've redrawn the graph for this question over here, and it says that the graph alongside gives us information about Joey's road trip on his motorcycle. So I'm assuming this might be the Joey from Top Gear, but anyway, what information about the trip can you establish from this graph? So this graph doesn't have any units on either the horizontal or vertical axis. So we just need to interpret it, look at it, try and see what it's telling us. So at time 0, he starts off with quite a bit of petrol, and then as he travels, his petrol goes down. Then at this point, his petrol suddenly goes up, so we can assume that he filled up. Then, after he's filled up, he continues traveling, the volume of his petrol goes down again, and then at this point here, it's horizontal, his petrol stays the same, which means he's parked off. So his petrol neither increases nor decreases. Let's go on to the next question, number 2. So it says here that the graphs describe the ancient Greek fable about a race between a hare and a tortoise. Study the graphs and use them to answer the questions that follow. So this is the classic tale where slow and steady wins the race. So the tortoise is very humble and he plods along one step at a time, and the hare is quite arrogant and just lazes around most of the race and then thinks he's going to win if he suddenly speeds up. So let's see what the questions say. 2a, what is the total distance of the race? So once again, we'll check our axes. We'll see that the vertical axis gives us distance. So for the entire race, it goes from 0 to 100, and our unit is meters, so the whole race was 100 meters. Next question. How long did the tortoise take to finish the race? At what speed was he moving? So once again, we need to use our formula for speed. Speed equals distance over time. So the speed of the tortoise equals to the total distance that was covered, which is 100 meters. And the time that it takes, if you read the horizontal axis of the graph, is 11 minutes for the total race. So I'm going to convert the minutes to seconds, because meters per second, like kilometers per hour, is a common unit for speed. Very rarely do we have like kilometers per minute or meters per minute. So you don't necessarily have to do this conversion in questions, but I'm just doing it to show you because it is quite a commonly asked question. So converting minutes to seconds. So in every minute there are 60 seconds. So in 11 minutes it's going to be 11 times 60 seconds. And that works out to 660 seconds. So putting these values in again, it's 11 divided by 660, 100 divided by 660. And that gives us 0.151515 on the calculator. I'm just going to round to 2 decimal places. So it's going to be 0.15. and our unit is meters per second. Next question. At what speed did the hare run in the first minute of the race? So our horizontal axis for the hare is time in minutes. Each block represents 1 minute. So we are only interested in the first portion of the hare's graph from 0 to 1 minute. So the total distance that he covered in that 1 minute is 50 meters. So to work out speed, once again, we do distance over time. So speed of hare equals to the distance he covered in that minute, which is 50 meters, divided by 1 minute. And here again, I'm going to do the conversion from minutes to seconds. So it's 50 meters over 60 seconds. So that gives us 0.833333. So I'm also here going to round up to 2 decimal places, and it's going to be 0.83. And our unit is meters per second. Next question, 2D. What do you think the hare was doing from the first minute to the 10th minute? So here we can see that it's another horizontal portion. The distance is neither going up or down, it's staying fixed. So that is telling us that the hare is probably just resting. His distance isn't changing. So you can just put something like this, hare is resting. 2E, who won the race? Give a reason for your answer. So in this case, both of the animals, the hare and the tortoise, finished the race, completed the 100 meters in exactly 11 minutes. So in this case, it's a tie. So it doesn't quite follow the fable. To F. Next question. How fast did the hare run in the last minute of the race? So this is very similar to question 2C. We need to see how far the hare traveled and how long it took him in that last minute. So the last minute is from 10 to 11, 1 minute, and the distance covered is once again 50 meters. So the speed of the hare in the last minute is going to be exactly the same, 50 meters in 1 minute, and that's going to come out again to 0.83 meters per second. Okay, you can also see that the gradient of the graph for the hare in the first minute, in other words, the steepness, is exactly the same as the steepness in the last minute. So that can also tell us that the speeds are identical. So that concludes today's video lesson. I hope you guys understood. I'm going to post these up and we can discuss them tomorrow on Skype. Thanks.